in North Carolina is calling on all African Americans to boycott Black History programs sponsored by white-owned or operated corporations. Joining us now, the co-founder of the Messianic African Nation is the Reverend Paul Scott is with us. Reverend Scott, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
What's this all about?
It's about us the black community taking control of our culture and our history. Right now, Black History Month has been hijacked by white corporations who are giving us a slave, whitewashed version of black history. And we don't need that. If that's the best we can get, we're giving it to you back.
Yeah, so you're giving it to you back, is that what you said? You say, so in other words, corporations that focus on the need to have inclusion, and they focus on black history, perhaps feeling that some history has been ignored, you're attacking them for reaching out. Why would you do that?
I'm not attacking.
You kind of are when you say, well, when you say that white corporations have too much control over black culture, didn't you say that?
Why in the world would any people allow the descendants of the people who enslaved them to teach them their history? What kind of history are they going to give them?
Can I ask you, why do you have to look at the world in black and white? Isn't this our America now? Haven't we had the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act? Isn't America made progress? Aren't you willing to accept the change and accept the progress? Don't you accept that a lot of white America is not racist?
Well, no one's arguing that that all white America is racist. What we are arguing is that our history is much deeper. It goes back further than when we had contact with the Europeans.
So these corporations don't want to focus on that, and you want to condemn them for it. And I'm asking this question. At what point do you say, if there is a real concerted effort to reach out, why are you just basically slapping down the hands of people that are trying to help?
We've always reached out to white America, but the thing is, we have not reached out to each other. We have not loved each other.
Hey, Reverend,
so what we're trying to do is trying to develop that self-love and that black unity, and we don't need white America to help us do that.
Aren't you being racially divisive, Reverend, by saying you're making it a black versus white thing, when blacks and whites together can say, let's celebrate our mutual heritage, let's celebrate Black History Month, because we should all join in celebrating the wonderful achievements of African Americans?
Well, if white America can accept that black people discovered
but you're separating black versus white America as if they're...
And if your white child wants to hear about Nat Turner and Denmark Vesey and those who rebelled against the slave master, I'm all for it. If you want to teach that version of history, we don't need a G-rated version of history that white America gives us.
Well, I think all information should be made available, but you're the one separating this along racial lines rather than doing it in a communal way in the mosaic that is America. We're not a white country or a black country. We're a multifaceted country. You want to separate the races along the lines of this issue.
I disagree. I think this country was created for white people by white people, and they're giving black people a whitewashed version of black history, or a black history in white.
How many people are in your movement?
We have people all across the country, especially in the prisons, who, in the Messianic.
How many people are with you on this?
A lot of people with me. I would probably say most. If you ask most people in black America, they're sick and tired of the same.
But you're making a black America versus a white America. That's what the problem is.
We got to run. Paul, appreciate you being with us. Now, coming up next, when we get back, Alan is going to reveal which politician has made a promise to refrain from having sex until Election Day.